What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Observant Lineman. Wow. What the hell did we just witness? Myles Garrett goes completely off the reservation in what, look, Cleveland Browns, it goes without saying, have had a rough season. And this situation, in a game where you finally get a solid win, you've gone 3 straight games without turning over the ball. You're now looking at putting together a string of wins to try and make something of your season. And with 8 seconds left in the game, this happens. The whole football world knows about it. It is on fire right now in terms of trending news. Myles Garrett goes berserk, rips the helmet off of Mason Rudolph, and for some reason decides he wants to use the helmet as a weapon and hits Mason Rudolph over the head with his own football helmet. Now, look, I've been on the field when there have been numerous fights. I've been on the field when helmets have been pulled off, but never in my entire 7 years as an NFL player or as a football player in general have I ever seen such utter disgusting behavior on the field. And look, I know there will be memes. I know there will be people who make fun of this situation, but make no mistake, this was a dangerous situation. This was a criminal act, in my opinion, a criminal act on the football field. And Myles Garrett deserves to be suspended for the entirety of this season and at least 4 games into next season, I would think, because this is behavior that is becoming of a career criminal, somebody who is someone who turns to physical violence. And again, this is a game of football. This is a violent sport. This is a sport made for individuals who are prepared to go out every Sunday and put their bodies on the line. We all know that, but there's no excuse. There is no logical reasoning behind why any individual would do something this utterly foolish on the football field. What was he mad about? What was he mad about? Let's take a look at the play.
There's a flag as, whoa, hello, whoa. That's Mason Rudolph got into it. Get out of there.
As you can see, there's not any real reason for Myles Garrett, after coming up short on the sack, coming up a little bit late, decides he wants to drag Mason Rudolph to the ground. And because Mason Rudolph was pushing on the back of his head trying to get him off of him, Myles Garrett decides that he's not going to take that from a quarterback and he's going to rip his own helmet off and beat him with it. Get this mother effer out of the sport if this is how he's going to act, because it's just utter nonsense and it doesn't do anything but make the sport look bad. It doesn't do anything but reinforce stereotypes that people may have about football players, about our temperament, about the way that we turn to physical violence whenever we're in a situation that causes any kind of extraordinary stress. And, there's just no place for this. There's just no place for this. It's bullshit. It's garbage. And he doesn't deserve to be on the field. It's not your right to be on the field, Myles Garrett. It's not your right. And we're all out here working our asses off as athletes to make a living. These guys are out there putting their bodies on the line. You got a primetime game. You guys finally get something positive going, putting together a few wins, and you're the reason why it looks and smells and tastes as disgusting and ugly as it is. My opinion, get him off the field for the rest of the season, fine him $1 million, and we'll see you maybe in week 5 of next season, because there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Guys have been suspended indefinitely from the NFL for far less. So I expect that the NFL will come down swiftly and with the full force of that NFL shield. They will respond to this in utter with extreme prejudice, and this guy is going to be looking at a hell of a fine, and he's going to be looking at extended time going without a game check. He just saw probably the last game check of the season for himself, and he deserves it and then some. And then on the other side of that, who's to say that there won't be assault charges that are pressed against him after the fact? Because again, doesn't matter that you're in a football game. You committed a crime in what you did outside of the rules, outside of the sport, and as you took it upon yourself to be the tough guy. And everything that you get from this point on and this point forward in regards to punishment, punitive punishment for this act is justified in my opinion. But let's go through this article quickly. I've said pretty much everything there is to say. Obviously, you know, a lot of the reactions are going to come from other players in the league. You have James Harrison, who starts it off with this exact same thing that I said. That's assault at the least. 6 months in jail on the street. Now add the weapon, and that's at least a year, right? Patrick Mahomes, bro, I can't believe that just happened. JJ Watt, that is insanity. Wow. Mike Wallace, Myles Garrett done for the year. And then Keenan Allen, yeah, pounce, straight up, don't touch my QB, let alone disrespect him like that. My brother's keep, hashtag my brother's keeper. And no doubt, this was absolutely, what needed to happen as far as how the Steelers reacted. I mean, you can look at it here. I mean, look at that. I mean, come on, get the hell out of here. You don't deserve to be out there. Point blank, period. You don't deserve to be out there, period. And he's lucky he had his helmet on, because Pouncey should have lit him up. But again, just utter disgrace to the sport. Let's keep going through some of these Twitter responses. Des Bryant, he's done for the rest of the year. Justin Forsett, who was actually one of my teammates in Jacksonville, wouldn't be surprised if Garrett misses the rest of the season and half of next. It's an ugly situation. Mason could have suffered a life-altering injury. Football is an emotional sport, but that was something different. Absolutely. That was something criminal. That was something that is unacceptable in the world of sports. And I hope that the NFL brings the hammer down with the full force of the shield. Todd Gurley, just emojis like, wow, what? Devin Still, at minimum, he has to get suspended the rest of the season with no pay. That was a different level of dirty. Shake my head. Former players working as analysts on NFL Network on the NFL Network set also shared strong reactions. Steve Smith, you can't do that. That has no place. Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, the local schoolyard. It's just unacceptable. Michael Irvin, it was just scary. It was scary to watch. It really is. Joe Thomas, there's a line you don't cross, and he crossed it. Obviously, we'll be hearing pretty quickly from the NFL in regards to this situation with Myles Garrett. I will keep you guys in the loop on any new information that I come across. But yes, again, this is just a disgusting showing from Myles Garrett. Has no place in the game, and I hope that the NFL does everything that they feel in order to make sure that he feels the pain from the punishment that he receives for acting out in the way he did. Tell me what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the Observant Lineman. Please hit those bell notifications so you can get notified each and every time I drop a new video. I'm your Observant Lineman. Appreciate you guys. What a wild night, right? But we will see you all on the next video. Peace.